Our first question is, what is your vision for the club and how are you planning on achieving it?
Who's going first?
Anyone? Okay, you go.
Okay. To provide the student body with information about the Himalayan culture and to empower students to reach their highest potential academically and professionally, and to provide a network of support system. I'm reading this word from our constitution, the club's constitution. This is our mission statement. A few semesters ago, a few group of Himalayan students came together for a noble cause. And then after that, they had a vision, they had an idea. They had a dream of forming a club where Himalayan students could come together and grow and learn from each other. At the same time, have people from other cultures come in because we're an inclusive club and learn from each other. And now we've come a long way from there. So round of applause for everybody. My vision is not any different from what our founders had. It was a very good vision, and I plan to continue to have the same vision, go the same direction, take the same path we've taken in the past. I have a few ideas about how I'm going to do something else that I want to do. I want to explore the potential for fundraising for our club. I feel like we have so many great ideas. All of you guys presented your ideas, and I definitely need to focus on some fundraising. And as Choki mentioned earlier, we also have to focus on our club's exposure, like he said, because we're an inclusive club. It's not only about Himalayan students. It's about all of us learning from each other at the same time. So that's that. And also, I want to improve our relationship with people from other clubs, like administrative staff in the school, and as well as people, organizations, external stakeholders, in short. Thank you.
Well, in addition to what he said, definitely I give a kudos for him to looking up to the Constitution, which is the foremost building blocks for all these boards. And I would like to thank all the present, past e-boards and current e-boards for joining us in this, historic moment. Well, definitely I agree with all the chairs and people who gave a speech about how we need to have exposure to different culture that the Baruch has diversity in. And in addition to that, I would like to, moving on, since we are chartered now, official club, I would like to make a strong foundation, make all the e-boards and the chairs know about what they're really doing on, not just giving them directions like, oh, do this and do that. I would like to make sure that everyone knows what they're into, like what kind of game they're playing for the sake of, not for themselves as well, but for the sake of, for your country, you know? You're representing your country here, not only because you come from that background, but you also make a building pathways for the future upcoming students. And aside from that, building the gap, I would like to enforce everyone. As you know, I'm a very strict person. I like to keep myself up to date to my planning, and I want to make that habit contagious to all the chairs, so we don't have any delay, any avoidance, nothing whatsoever. And I will be talking more about it and further questions.
Okay. Second question. What makes you the best candidate for this position?
In short, optimism, hope, and belief. I can talk about my past experiences. I was elected senator at Southern Arkansas University. I was the high school student council president. I was a school vice captain, house captain. I've learned a lot from those experiences. But what these experiences can teach any person is to have a very hopeful and optimistic outlook. When I first decided to run for president, a lot of my friends at BHC, my very good friends, they warned me. They were like, "Hey, you're going against Youdon." Yeah, and then they're like, "You have a very slim chance of winning." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. I know Youdon is going against me." But you see, I had a choice to make over there. I could run and have a very slim chance of winning. That's what they said. Or I could not run and have zero chance of winning. Well, the choice was clear. The choice was clear for me. So, what was there to lose? The only thing people would say about embarrassment, like, would you be more embarrassed to run for something you wanted? You gave it your all, and failed, or would you be embarrassed if you never ran for something because you were afraid of failing? I'm not the greatest speaker, I guess. I'm not the greatest with writing emails or making the flyers. That's why we have a team for that. I believe that what we need in a president is the right attitude. And that's why I think I can be your next president.
I will vote for you on that. So, why do I think I'm the best candidate for the president? I would say my long-lasting relationship with past alumni and current boards and the upcoming students. Optimism is there. In addition to that, my smile is contagious. You can deny that. Okay. So yeah, I have been serving as first. I started as a member of the club, member of the month. I got a tumbler, Starbucks tumbler. I got intimidated. I was like, why not run for the chair? So I went for a chair of career development, where the current boards are the past chairs are serving at the moment. And then I took a break because I thought like I was way too, getting used to it, those clubbing or whatever, the extracurricular activities. But I realized sooner or later that BHC is part of me. Not that I'm part of BHC, I'm part of the BHC is a part of me. Okay, let's get that clear. Okay. So I felt like, oh yeah, this is a club that I felt belong to, and I want to do the same thing to the upcoming students, make them feel that this is a home you can count on, like whether it's academy, counseling, or the professional thing, we can always be there on the side. Like you have someone to text, hey, I need help with this. Can you help me out with that? Aside from that, my long-lasting relationship and the people here helped me out to be a best candidate for the position.
Nice. So we're halfway through, and now I'll ask the next question, but you can go first, and then Tashi will follow, okay? So the third question is, what are some of the challenges that you see in the club, and how do you plan on improving them?
In addition to what I said earlier while serving as the member of the month, I've been through all the phases from being member, being chair, and being the executive assistant of the e-board. I have realized that now and then we always have encountered an issue of having not properly managed the event. Either it's before or after. We always have an incident of rushing at the last moment. I want to clear that out from the way, start planning ahead, like almost a week ago, so we have everything done, and we don't have to worry about on the day of the event that, oh, who's taking care of that, who's taking care of this, On top of that, I would say the communication has been a big conflict in terms of scheduling. We all know with that we have different priorities, we have different class schedule. So I want to get that clear out of the way as well by making it clear that we need the club hours dedicated for the BHC. There won't be any, I'm not being a strict, like, no, okay, so you can be here, that means you're not part of the club. I'm not being that. But taking into account that you have a reasonable issue to take care of that, we are expecting you to be part of the BHC during the club hours. So I want to do that as a part of it and clear that out from the way.
So I would say some of the challenges that we're facing is any challenge any new club would face in the first few semesters. We need to definitely work on that, and also like a lot of us mentioned earlier, we need to increase our member base. We need to increase our exposure. We need. I work with my different teams. We'll all work together in achieving that. That'll be my first. I think that's our first challenge. Second would be I want this club to have an environment where we can freely discuss ideas. So there's this better communication, like you said earlier. We could do that in a variety of ways. We have to discuss the alternatives, the options. We could do that. I feel like there's so many things, so many people have like feedback in general that people want to say about how certain things are done and how certain things should be done, but they're just hesitant to do so. I just feel like if we can have a system where people can share their views anonymously if they want to, and that we could all have an environment where we could discuss those ideas, that's going to be something we should be working on. And third, I work in a restaurant where we have almost 50 people working on the floor at any moment, and our managers are not there at all. So we have a system, it's a very strange culture where everybody, when they don't do something that they're supposed to do or they do something they aren't supposed to do, everybody else knows, they find out. But there's no punishment for them. The punishment is itself, they feel that guilt, because they feel that shame. They have that, and when they do something good, they feel that pride. I want BHC to have something very similar to that, where we will not be like, hey, why didn't you do this? Like, you did that was your mistake. I just want this to be where everybody assumes their own roles and takes their own responsibilities and feels pride when they do something and feels guilt when they can't do it on time. Thank you.
So as a current e-board and from our past e-board, we realized that planning ahead is really, really important. So keeping that in mind, our next question is, and Youdon, you can go first again, is what will you do over the summer to prepare for the fall semester?
My first thing on the top of my list is pre-planning, gathering the e-boards and the chairs at one table, having the conversation, getting to know each other better, because the new upcoming chairs, we have not had that occasion where we get to know them very closely. So aside from that, we will get started with the pre-planning in terms of getting the training done, fall training, which is needed for our president and treasurer to be done before the semester starts, and we will start rolling out the events planning. And apart from that, I would like to increase the number of volunteer activities that we have not able to execute as much as we wanted to. So we have that fundraising moment as well. So we can increase. We're not totally reliable to co-sponsorship, but we can also have that backbone support system, I would say, financially. And that would be top 3 things on the list.
Can I go now? Yeah. That's the benefit of going second. Everything she said, I had that as well. On top of that, I just want to say that everything she said, I really had that. And on top of that, I'm also trying this summer class. I'm not taking any classes. I'm doing research with my professor, so I have a lot of time with me, and I know that I have a lot to learn. And BHC members, the egos, the chairs, everybody has been very, very helpful and like very family-like. That's what made me run for president in the first place, and I really want to be thankful about that. Also something I want to say is that what you contribute to the club and your performance towards the club is a I would use a mathematical term, is a function of variety of factors, right? Would be your work ethic, your skills, your talent, but the most important thing is time, because we're all very, very busy people, and I think that's where I feel like I can contribute so much more to this club, because this semester, in the summer, I'm not taking any classes. In the fall, I'm only taking 2 classes. I'm not part of any other club as of now. So if I am given the opportunity to serve as president, then I can guarantee you that time will not be an issue, and the effort that we'll put in will not be an issue. So coming back to the question, because I diverted a little bit, is during the summer, what I will do is I will work with the current e-board to learn about what I need to learn, and at the same time, if we can, then we will let all the new chairs and new vice chairs learn about their positions. Thank you.
So we have one more question left, and this question or this topic has been touched upon by some of the chairs that previously went on. but we'd love to hear your views on it as well. And that is, how will you grow the club's member base and exposure? And I guess Tashi can go because.
Yeah. All right. I have a very short answer for this. We'll do whatever we've been doing because we've been doing great right now. I just found out that we had 900 Instagram followers 900 Instagram views last week. What we're doing is going on very well, but what I want to focus on primarily is the best form of social media, wordofmouth.com. I totally believe in if we can focus on giving the student body something of value, then we don't really need to be out there marketing ourselves. Word of mouth is the strongest marketing tool we have, and that is what's going to be my focus to grow our member base and exposure. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Now for the hard part, you guys have to decide.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Haven't done my pitch yet.
She's not finished. Youdon is next.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Kristen, for distracting you with this.
Is that kind of a double pull from you?
Sorry, you didn't.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So in addition to what you said, word of mouth, that is sort of impractical at the moment. I mean, it works in a way, but not completely. Is as if we're giving effort to the luck. We're not doing any work. We're expecting someone else to do the work. So I want everyone to be really passionate about what they do. That is one of the vision, to let them know that what they're really getting into. So in terms of that, they're really passionate about what they want to do. And then in addition to word of mouth, we can also increase our marketing or say exposure base for beyond the social medias, which we are at the moment. She's doing awesome job. Our Prakriti social media people, Facebook, Instagram, we're on it, but I want to take it to another level. My Baruch, LinkedIn, we want to be active on that. Get them there. We're a cultural club, but we want to be professionally presented because we are coming from Baruch College, and Baruch College is not for that. So LinkedIn, getting their LinkedIn is the foremost important because everyone wants to get a job when they graduate, right? Don't you? So I think if you want to be up to date with the system, LinkedIn is our first category to be really active on. And by the time at the end of the academic year, if there's something else, then we can roll on with that too.
Now for the difficult. Neva's gonna hand out the.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should we do a quick Q&A if members have questions? Yeah, we have time for a couple of questions. Just what's that? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Does anyone have questions?
Ask your questions. Go ahead.
Yeah. I wanted to know what's your plan after the presidency ends, your 2 exam year, and then will you be around to future to help the next candidate to help around? And that would be, I see that's the transition to help with the next president that's running. You will be here around on the table in this room too. So I want to know what's your plan after your presidency ends?
Unfortunately, I'll be leaving the school. This spring 2019 will be my last semester. But the reason we added the executive assistant instead of treasurer assistant is there is a reason behind it. So we want to prep the executive assistant for the next upcoming e-board. And we want to learn. And she can be the liaison between the chairs who are interested for running the future e-board. So you could be the one of them. So I think treasurer, executive assistant will be your first contact to if you're interested in running for a future position.
I have 4 more semesters to go.
Okay.
So, is there, Jangmyeon, do you know if there's a restriction on running 4 times? So yes, so to answer your question, yes, I will be around and hopefully
This is so open.
if I get your love today and if I keep on getting your love in the future, if you believe in me, then yes, I will stick around, hopefully in the present role as well.
With that said, our previous presidents are still in contact, and they're also serving as advisors. So it's not that if I graduate, I won't be in touch with you. I'll be definitely in touch with you. If I get a job, I'll try to be a reference for you.
I have a question. So like right now, BHC, we're more than a club, we're a family, right? So how do you plan to maintain that family environment?
That's a very, very good question. That's what people say when they don't have the answer. So I guess part of the reason why we're like such a good family is because of the culture we grew up in. We all have that within us, and like I said, one of the reasons I joined BHC, and one of the reasons I actually decided to run for president was because of this homely feeling, and we understand that we totally have to maintain that. This is something that I haven't thought about, as in like how am I gonna continue to keep it like in place, or like as in if it's actually a risk that like we might actually lose this feeling of homeliness. So thank you for the question, and that's something I would definitely consider. Thank you.
Well, that's the kind of question I ask myself every day. Being away from the home to someone else's country, I get intimidated learning about how Americans live their lives, you know, how they have like so freely mindset that parents are not so obligated as us or something like that. But that is, I feel that is one of my backup, because I question myself. I question myself that will I be same as now in 5 years? So I want to bring that hospitality nature of us being Asian, being welcome to people. I want to make it contagious, so it's not working on my side as well. If she's contagious, if she's hospital, then she can transfer that hospitality to me too. So as a team, we'll be working back and forth. It's not either teach, it's learn and teach. So with the team, I'll be able to learn that hospitality and maintain that hospitality over the time.
Thank you.